going to ask you a question. How many of you relish in the joy of creating something with your own hand? If you're like me, you're going to find a deep satisfaction of making something yourself. It's a fundamental human trait. Studies have shown that people value items they have made themselves over those that are made by master craftsmen, even if what you have made yourself is not as perfect. And that's what makes 3D printing so exciting. It is even being hailed the next industrial revolution, and rightly so. It's giving you the power to bring to life whatever you imagine, and making each of you an innovator and a creator. Earlier, when you had an idea, you had to convince a factory to make a prototype for you. And that would take a lot of trial and error. But now, you actually can do this in the comfort of your own home. The accessibility you have to 3D printing is a lot more. It's available in websites all over the country, and the cost of a 3D printer is equivalent to a good laptop. You can make anything you want at the comfort of your own home. There is actually a range of materials. When I talk about 3D printing, most people think about plastic products coming. But it's not like that. We can use clay, we can use wood, marble, and even liquid-soluble materials. You even have biodegradable and sustainable materials, such as recycled concrete and food waste. This is especially interesting to people like me, interior designers and architects, because traditionally we use SketchUp or AutoCAD to convey our ideas to our clients. But now with the help of 3D printing, we actually have prototypes, a tangible model which we can show our clients. Each idea is in crores and crores of rupees. So now we have the ability to seamlessly show our vision to our client and ease the decision-making process. This also then comes to affordable housing. Affordable housing is a big situation that we're all going to have to deal with. Traditional construction is costly, labor-intensive, very wasteful of materials, and not to mention causes a lot of pollution. While 3D printing is far more effective, can you hear me? Is far more effective, more efficient, and instead of harming the environment, it can help the environment. I'm going to show you India's first 3D printed home. This has been printed in Chennai by the Vasta manufacturing facility. It's 600 square feet. It has one bathroom, one living room, and one bedroom. This was printed in 5 days. I also had the pleasure of visiting India's first 3D printed office, which is actually just a few hours from here. It's 500 square feet and fully functional from inside. There are plug points, there's an AC, and even a conference room and a fully functional bathroom. So let's push the boundary. Let's have a 3D printed community. Well, that's exactly what's happening in Texas right now. There are 100 3D printed homes taking place with about 2,000 square feet each that are being sold for $500,000 to $600,000. World Economic Forum came out with data saying that by 2030, 3 billion people are going to need housing. And that means we need to build 96,000 homes a day. But honestly, why does that matter to you? It matters to you because now you have innovative ways of finding solutions to problems using sustainable and biodegradable materials. You no longer need to go to the traditional method of manufacturing something and create something from your own thought process. In Mumbai alone, we have 15,000 active construction sites, and that doesn't include Navi Mumbai, the coastal road, or the metro. The increase in air pollution we have all seen recently is because of these construction sites. Now, what if we brought 3D printing into play? You can actually print products for your construction sites next to where the construction is happening. This would reduce shipping, which would then therefore reduce your carbon footprint, and you can create products that are stronger, yet lighter, and using materials that are more sustainable. 3D printing has actually branched out to other industries as well. The Cadillac car in the US, their latest edition, has more than 100 3D printed components in them. Formula One, if you're a fan, you know that they're always looking for efficient ways of making their cars lighter so it can travel faster. And they very often look at 3D printing to find alternatives for components in their car. ISRO, as we're all aware, commonly uses 3D printing to find pieces that simply don't exist. And my favorite example should be fashion and shoes. Shoes that are 3D printed are easily accessible in the market now, but fashion is pushing it to the next level. Instead of 3D printing, you now have 4D printing, which is 3D printing clothes that are adapting to the environment around it, which makes the clothes more functional and even more comfortable. So what is the future of 3D printing? Now just imagine for a second how you used to have cyber cafes. What if you have cyber 3D printing hubs, where in every locality you could go and print something that you needed? Or if every home came with a 3D printer, you could go on a website online, order something you wanted, it would send a file to your 3D printer, and within hours, you could have the item printed in the comfort of your own home. Or let's take something a little closer. What if you have an exam the next day and you broke your glasses? You could now print your glasses with a material that's sustainable at the comfort of your own home in a few hours. Why am I here talking about 3D printing? Because 3D printing is democratizing design. The power that used to be held with factories or MNCs, and dare I even say people who have degrees from colleges, now is shifting to people who just have access to a 3D printer. My aim to you, what I'm trying to tell you, is that the power of design now lies with each and every one of you. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do in the future. Thank you.